Hey everyone, this is Cynthia, psychic and astrologer. So, this is going to be Capricorn's yearly horoscope for 2023. So, let's get started. Now, as you begin 2023, Mars will still be in your sixth house of work, service, and health. Now, Mars has been in this house since late August of 2022 and will be there all the way till March 25th. So, the reason for that is because there is a Mars retrograde that started on October 30th and won't go direct until January 12th. Now, when you're dealing with the sixth house, yes, there could be issues with health related issues. Maybe it's things that you've been neglecting. Maybe it's not about your health. This could be somebody else's health. This could also be the health of a pet, like your pet or maybe somebody else's pet. Now, you'll definitely notice an increase of work projects. Maybe you're taking on more work for the same pay. Maybe you have to do more work just to get ahead with your finances, especially if you've been feeling that anything you do is just not helping you to get ahead. Now, this is going to be a time where it doesn't guarantee that finances are going to be improving. This could just be that you're just taking on more work, like I said, maybe even for the same pay. Now, this could be a possibility. Maybe you are getting busier, and this brings about more opportunities, more obligations. There could be arguments with coworkers, clients, customers. So you want to be careful with that. But this could also be a time where you may easily start to focus more on, you know, taking on more work just to do your best to bring in more financial security, stability. It could be on a positive level that you are just busy, so you are taking on more work that could bring you maybe more money, no guarantee, or this could just be a time where you're just working harder. Now, Jupiter will be in your fourth house of home all the way till May 16th. Then on May 17th, we'll move on into your fifth house of love, children, and creative projects, and will be there till the end of the year. Now, Uranus is also currently in this same sign and house. So the next 9, 10 months having Jupiter and Uranus, this is actually going to be a time where this could easily bring about, love, relationships, children around you. Maybe you spend more time in a creative project or hobby. This could also be a great time to be social and outgoing. You may easily find yourself like in bars and clubs. Um, there could be unstable relationships. Now, that's usually when you just see Uranus by itself in the fifth house. But being that you're now going to see Jupiter with Uranus, I feel that it should bring about a little bit better stability and security, if anything else. Again, this could actually even be a really good time for relationships, to be social, be outgoing. You, like I said, could get involved in sports or hobbies there. So it's a great time to just get out and meet new people. Now, Saturn will be in your second house all the way till March 7th. And then from March 8th to the end of the year, it will move into your third house of short trips, communication, siblings, and neighbors. Now, Neptune has already been in this same sign and house. So, having Saturn and Neptune in the third house could bring a time. Maybe you get involved in education, take on classes, courses, training to further your career. Maybe this is a great time where you are open to taking short trips. You could also even see an increase of communication. If you're in younger age, maybe you're starting to learn to drive. Maybe if you're older in age, maybe you're taking on some driving lessons. So it could work either way. Now, it is a great time to study and learn a new topic of interest, to go back to school, or maybe you start to get involved in education, whether it's, college or just taking some classes. Maybe it's just for a certification. Now, there could also be dealing with family, relatives. Um, if there are any issues or concerns, even with siblings, it could bring about a time to work out any differences at this time. Now, Pluto is currently in your first house, but will move into your second house starting on March 25th all the way till June 12th before it finds itself retrograding again back into your first house. Then in 2024, it'll move forward and go back into your second house. Now, having Pluto in your second house, this could actually bring about a time, an opportunity of making more money. You could easily find yourself pursuing a business venture or side venture. This could also even become a time where you decide to leave the 9 to 5 type of job to start something more independently, like I said, like a side business or business venture. I've noticed this a lot of times with people when they just get tired of maybe working so many hours and they don't really feel like they're getting ahead with the finances, or maybe even deciding that the type of work that they know that they could work more independently with their own schedule and their own hours, maybe even start their own side business or main business and just make most of the income on their own. So you might easily even find yourself, like I said, starting a business venture. Um, the next few months, and like I said, in 2024, could easily open up the door and the time for you to start becoming more open to seeing what else can you do, what else can you pursue that could really open up the door for you to build financial security and stability for the long term. Now, Venus will be in your eighth house from June 6th through October 9th. And the reason for that, Venus and any sign in house only usually lasts 4 weeks. So having it there for so long is because there will be a Venus retrograde from July 23rd through September 4th. Now, Venus in the eighth house could bring about issues with finances and financial obligations. Now, the only concern that I would have when you have Venus in the eighth house, only when it's retrograding, is that there could be issues with any financial obligations, credit. I would suggest to try to avoid purchasing like a vehicle during the retrograde cycle because you might find yourself ending up with a lemon or with a vehicle that ends up needing lots of repairs, even if it's a brand new car. Um, I definitely would try to avoid doing any kind of major cosmetic type of surgeries, including like getting a tattoo, because it might be something that you later regret. Now, Venus in the eighth house in general can really bring about lots of financial opportunities. Maybe you gain through bonuses, commissions, sales, gifts. Uh, Maybe you win through going to a casino or something. Now, that's not guaranteed. I'm just saying maybe a possibility through there. Also, maybe you gain through other benefits and opportunities, settlements, inheritance, stuff like that. So it has its benefits in that sense. It's just that during the retrograde cycle, that's during the time you definitely, if you can avoid, starting any kind of major financial obligations like a loan of any sort, I would say wait it out till after the retrograde cycle has come to an end before doing anything like that. And remember, the retrograde cycle will be from July 23rd through September 4th. Now, you're going to be experiencing 4 eclipses this year. Now, we are slowly moving out of the Taurus Scorpio eclipses, moving into the Aries Libra eclipses. So, let's get started with the first eclipse on April 20th that will fall in your fourth house of home. Now, every eclipse has the energy to last 6 months. So, from April 20th in the next 6 months, the fourth house of home could bring about a time to relocate, renovate, or make changes around the home. This could also be a time of changes. Maybe you do some renovations. Maybe you relocate for a job. Maybe you start a business from home. This could definitely just be a time of cleaning out the closets, getting rid of some old items, maybe making room. Maybe somebody that's going to move in, or maybe once someone moved out, you're going to turn a room into like an office. So this could be a time of just changes around the home. Now, on May 5th, the eclipse, it's a full moon lunar eclipse, will fall in your 11th house of friendships, groups, and organizations. So the next 6 months can be a very social time for you. This could easily bring about new friends, new connections, maybe new clients and customers. This is a great social time for you. You may attend events or parties, or maybe it's you putting together an event or party. This is also a great time for community gatherings and get togethers. Now, the new moon solar eclipse on October 14th will fall in your career house. So, the next 6 months could easily bring about a time for promotion, advancement, and opportunity to build more financial security. This could even be a time where you start your own business or business venture. Now, the final eclipse for the year will be on October 28th in your fifth house of love, children, and creative projects. This will be a full moon lunar eclipse. So, the next 6 months could bring love. Maybe you find love or fall in love. Maybe you spend time with children. Maybe you hear news of a baby on the way. Could be maybe you getting pregnant or surrounding yourself with children, especially in a creative hobby or sports. Maybe you get into musical instruments. Maybe you surround yourself by music, whether it's concerts, like I said, learning a musical instrument. Maybe you enjoy music and movies. Now, this is actually going to be a time also where maybe it comes down to a time to move on and let go of someone from your past. Maybe you end a relationship and you start moving on into being with someone else. So these eclipses are going to open the door for a more social time for you to build connections, meet new people. If you are having to build for your career, the eclipse from October 14th will be great for you with that. And I feel that this is actually going to be a time where maybe you're going to start transitioning and making changes about where you want to be at, where you want to be at for your career, for your finances, and how to build greater security for the long term. Now, I did have some love and relationship dates for you to keep an eye out for, and they are January 5th, January 8th, and January 9th, March 30th, May 12th, June 30th, July 1st, and August 16th, and October 28th. Now, on October 28th, we will have a full moon lunar eclipse in your fifth house of love, children, and creative projects. So, this could be a significant time for you, especially in the next 6 months after that date, that could bring about a significant relationship. Now, for career and finances, keep an eye on the dates of January 22nd, January 24th, January 29th, February 21st, April 3rd, and April 11th, and May 20th. Now, throughout the year, I will be mentioning more significant dates for career and finances with the monthly horoscopes. But in the meantime, keep an eye on these dates as I feel they will be significant for you throughout the year.